What the fuck is up? I am back from camping. I have bug bites and mosquito bites all over my ass, and I had a fun time. I had a great time. But today we will be doing some Stanley Parable. I was like, let's do a different game because for me it was just thinking. I'm like, I've been getting a little too comfortable doing the same thing over and over again. Let's do something new. So I bought Stanley Parable Unlimited, and I'm like, let's play that. Why not? Nice, chill, relaxing stream since I'm fucking beat. I did a bunch. I was the one that pretty much did everything except for cooking and all that. I put up the tent and all that shit with a little bit of help, but it's usually my role. So let's begin, shall we? Give me 1 sec to set it up, but I was like, you know what? Let's go live. Let's do this raw, uncut. Usually I do a little bit more behind the scenes, which is just I'll launch the game, but I don't know what the fuck the game is like. And I figured, why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Is the game even fucking launching? I swear, man. Library. Oh, nope, it's launching. Dope. So, hopefully you had a wonderful fucking week. I had an amazing week. I'm tired, as you all can tell. I drank a lot of cream soda and a few monsters, pretty much, was my time. So, I had fun. I still have some left over. Normally I don't go for the can ones, but I was figuring, $3 for 12 cans? Why not? Let's go. Let's do it. You know? 1 sec. I have to do something really fast. Task manager. Options. Steam. End task. End task. End task. Shit's not working, so I have to fix it really fast. Ooh. And there we go. And there we go. We should be good. Steam needs an update. Fuck off, Steam. So I had a wonderful fucking day. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful one too. And let's have some fun. Before we begin, remember, go tell your family you love them. Family is important. Remember, family can be any one of those things. It can be either your brother, your sister, your mother, your friends, and all of that. And recently I had a conversation with someone about family, and it was, do you always have to be nice to them? Do you always have to accept them for who they are? And whatever. And my thing about that is, no. You get to pick pretty much who your family is. And if they don't act a certain way, in a way that family should act, you don't have to do anything. You can just ignore them. Doesn't mean you don't love them, but it's important to note that if you in a family dynamic aren't functioning properly, right, then you have every right to say, listen, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. And you could still love them, but you don't have to talk to them. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to interact with them. And remember, you can completely ostracize people from family as well. Like my brother Joey, he steals, or I didn't mean to name drop him, but he steals from everybody in the house. Everybody in the house. He steals from my brother, my sister, my mom, everybody. So he's kicked out. Doesn't mean I don't love him, but I'm not going to help him. I'm not going to give him money when he asks for it. I'm not going to do any of that. You don't have to do that. So that was the conversation I had with someone. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get into it. Never played Stanley Parable before, but...
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was
I know very little.
He sat at his desk in room 4.
Okay, we're gonna skip this because cutscenes are the worst.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
What the hell was that? I'm so confused. What happens if I do it again?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed.
What would happen
days.
if you stick your dick in a
Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer.
Yes, Stanley
Now it's
Parable.
even
I was
closer.
like, why not?
Here it comes.
I looked at Steam and I was like, this is not that expensive. And I wanted a little bit new
All of his
change of
co-workers
price.
were
So
gone.
yes, Stanley.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
What, should I
missed a
pick a
memo.
different game instead? Azzy? Can I?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Huh? I thought I went up. Can I break the game? Can I break the game? No, I think I can break it. Azzy. Can't go out the window. Haha, loser.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Yes.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
I probably should have listened to the beginning.
Well now, I've built up the other
I
options
skipped the
so much
beginning
that
cutscene.
I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Okay. Should we go for the see that what
All
happens
of
if
his
we hit yes?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
All right,
memo.
I'm gonna follow this, and then maybe at the end we'll do other options. So wasteful. Ooh, can I go in there? Oh, how do we get over there?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We'll listen to him. We'll listen to him. Interesting.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Alright, what's on the list? Do not alter without consent. Members. Whiteboard members. Dude. Get up, be a white. Why I gotta touch everything? Cause secrets. You never know. Maybe touching this right here will give me a secret. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, look at that. Only 2 black people. Anyway. God damn it. Closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Can I close myself in?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty
All
broom
right,
closet.
I said I would.
No
I
reason
said,
to
I said
still
I would.
be
I would
here.
follow him. All right, we'll remember that.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope, we're following his instructions. We'll do that first before we mess around too much. God, this is such a nice fucking place. Oh my God. A feeling uneasy for stealing, but not yours, of course. Take him out. Toilet. Nice toilet. Sure, that's also another ending right there. Elevator? Right, office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
The Shutterstock
Shocked,
photos.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have
Should we
known
put in
this.
the pin? Or should we wait? Is it
Stanley just
2875?
sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Or 2835.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly
Oh,
know
2845.
that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
2845. I figured that out. Don't worry, it's fine. Why is it so dark? I can't see anything. I'm sure there's secrets. Interesting. All right, we'll come back with my gamma all the way up. Loading. Vampires, yes. Vampires and
Descending deeper into the building,
we'll find
Stanley
the
realized he
entirety of
felt
the
a bit
Twilight trilogy
peculiar.
in here.
It
Movies
was a
and all.
stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think
just
for
trying to
himself,
hide his Twilight
to
fantasy.
question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Demons.
This question would not go unanswered
The
for
hell?
long.
Oh, demons. What the fuck? Can I not go back up? I can go back up. I shouldn't have done that.
Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
And then we're gonna go back down. There's so many I'm sure you could just go back and up and down, back and forth, and that'll also be an ending. Or no. I can't go back down. No!
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating
back
ways
down now?
I could have never anticipated.
I just
It's
wanted
that
to see if I
keen
can do
eye for
it.
storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the...
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I can't do it.
the edge of my seat.
I'm lost. Oh, this way. All right, we're going back down.
Incredible.
Worth it.
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
He is.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
All right. Yeah, we will. We'll follow the story.
Stanley walked straight ahead through
It
the
scared
large
me.
door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nope, we said we'd follow his direction. It's so tempting just to go in random directions. It really is.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength
You think
to
I can
find
just jump
out?
off? Interesting.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
After I
And
follow his
Stanley,
directions,
one
yeah,
of
we'll
them,
come back and we'll jump off and
eternally
see what happens.
monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
After. Freedom means nothing. Alright, let's get through this.
This mind control facility, it was
Is
too
it a mind
horrible
what?
to believe
I thought
it
it was
couldn't be
him.
true.
Stop. Why
Had
does it say
Stanley really
fired?
been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was
I thought
happy
he
with
was
his
just a
boring
pervert.
job? That his emotions had
Making
been
sure people weren't
manipulated
watching,
to
you know.
accept it blindly?
Our NSFW stuff, yeah.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept
sure I
it.
could have
His
gone
own
backwards
life
and just-
in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Like what he
Wasn't
doing.
it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh god, it's dark.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Mind control
Walking,
offline.
eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would
trying to push all
never
the
again
buttons.
exert its terrible power over another human life.
I just turned it on.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Am I dismantling the control? Can I just not take it for myself for self-gain? Sure, why not? Probably have to go to the power thing over here. Button 5. Anyway. Oh, I see 2 buttons. I see 2 buttons.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything
He
it
said we
stood
follow this
for.
direction, but once we come, we're gonna come back and do this. I want to see what happens when we turn it on. So many things I could do.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Am I back at my desk?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
Question.
Unshackled himself from someone else's
This is in
command.
fact a mind
Freedom
control
was
device.
mere moments
How do we know
away.
this is real and not
And
a
yet,
mind control thing?
even as the
where we're
immense
stuck in
door
our own
slowly
mind?
opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized
That's what I'm
none of
wondering.
this
What?
mattered to him. For it was not
sure
knowledge or
there's a
even
few-
power that he had
There's a
been
bigger
seeking,
story going on here.
but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go,
Maybe he's
what to
dead,
do,
and
or
this
how
is,
to feel. Whatever life he lives,
not a
it will
dream,
be
or maybe he's just
his.
asleep at his desk,
And that was all he needed
and
to
this
know.
is
It was perhaps
one dream.
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
grass. You know, grassy ass, sir.
Stanley
Grassy
felt
ass.
the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the
Interesting.
immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley
What are your
was
thoughts,
happy.
chat? What are your thoughts? There's gotta be something here. Following the main story, at least. I think there's something deeper. Anyway, we're going to... I'll leave it up to chat, so you guys will decide. Should we...
A
I'll
soft
start
wind
walking.
blew
Should we
outside
go
and perhaps
for
rain started.
normal path
and if
and
it
jump
did,
off,
it stopped
or normal
shortly
path and
after.
turn it off first?
Stanley hoped that he would
Or
one
on.
day see weather.
Yes.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
What should we
he
do?
entered the door on his left.
Or should we do the broom closet? I think we can continue after we do
Yet
the
there
broom
was not a
closet.
single
Let's do the broom
person
closet.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up. Oh no, no, not I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
All right. Let's see what happens. I think it may or may not say in the game state, so it knows everything that I've done so far. If that's the case, this is gonna be fun. So we'll give it a few minutes, and if nothing happens, we'll leave we will go do either the jumping off, because I think we could jump off and that'll be an ending, or we can go escape, or we can go turn it on. So those are the three things I've found so far, and then after that we'll go look elsewhere on a different path to see if there's more. I'm sure there's also another secret in the bathroom as well. Okay, this isn't doing anything. Let's continue. All right, fine. You win. Oh, also we can go down.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You think the password changes?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud. To know. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
That better not be copyrighted. That better not be copyrighted. If that's copyrighted,
Feeling
I'm not gonna be
soothed
happy.
and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh, over here. God, it's so dark. I can't see jack shit. Help! Her eyes are already so bad. Disobey. Alright, which one? Which one? We jumping off or we hitting, turning it on? If you don't pick, I'm gonna pick one for you guys.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
We'll do
Control
escape
Facility.
after we do these two, probably. Alright, too late, we're jumping off.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the Mind Control Facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more.
I didn't know
I'm
this.
here
I
to
never
give it
played
to
the
you.
original one.
I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game.
I watched a few
with
of the
secrets and Easter
videos and I was
eggs.
like,
How
yeah,
about this?
this seems like
We
a kind of
wrote
game.
a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's
Is
just
it gonna be a
for you.
Rickroll?
That's how special you are.
Is it gonna
We
be a
call
Rickroll?
this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility.
Aw.
Well done.
So it's not a gnome or a Rickroll. It ain't.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Jumped on the catwalk.
It's great.
Should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. Railings don't mean anything. Good job,
This is my
you did
new-
it. Good
new
job,
jam.
you did it. Good job, you did
I'm
it.
gonna listen to
Good
this,
job, you
in the
did
car.
it. Good job, you did 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 it.
You guys are gonna have to help me in telling me which ones are new endings and which ones are old ones. I have no clue. You're gonna bring me to the beginning. Ah! Why can't you just put me at the Alright, we're gonna go turn it on, and then we're gonna escape, And we're gonna explore new paths. Can I just like outrun the narrator?
When Stanley came
There
to
is
a
no
set
narrator.
of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, what is it? It's 2845.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
2845.
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
They closed the
Stanley
door.
decided to go up to his
broom
coming to a
closet locked up.
staircase. Stanley walked upstairs
see
to
that?
his boss's office.
245. That's funny.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by blah blah blah. Dark secrets, the
Thank you,
keypad.
thank
Stanley
you.
pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Thank you. Go downstairs. We'll do that next. We'll do the stairs next. And we'll either make a new game or whatever, because I think
Stanley
if you
walked
make a
straight
new
ahead
game,
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
yeah. Come on. Skip. I wonder if there's Stanley Parable speedruns. Let's be honest
Now
here.
the
There has to
monitors
be.
jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in
I
this
think I could
place
skip
where
it if I
freedom
get on the
meant
railing
nothing.
and go ahead that way. Maybe not. I don't know. Come on, give me the elevator already.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had
Go
Stanley
dance,
really
we'll
been
go
under
downstairs.
someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with
And
his
then we'll do
boring
the
job?
escape one
That
after we
his
go
emotions
downstairs.
had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Nope. Come on.
No. He refused
Yeah, again, I
to
think he was
believe
just a
it.
pervert
He
when
couldn't
see
accept
this.
it.
I'm
His
like, dude,
own
it's almost
life
free.
in someone else's control? Never.
Also,
it
you
was
could-
unthinkable.
You could do
Wasn't
the same
it?
thing with smaller
Was it even
screens.
possible?
They don't need to have a massive
Had he
room. Like,
truly
how much
spent his
electricity does that
entire
get
life
used?
utterly blind to the world?
No. Let's go.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
On.
For he... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After
I
they
did.
kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
Control?
Yes, give me the money.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls
Let
off
it go.
and leave.
All right, so maybe this is.
If you want to throw my story off
take it
track,
literal.
you're going to have to do
Right?
much better than that.
So you have to
I'm
let
afraid
go
you
of
don't have
something?
nearly the power
Maybe
you
it's
think
a
you do, for
representation
example.
of,
And I
like, a
believe
loved
you'll
one?
find this pertinent.
Possible.
Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Yes.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
All right, we're leaving.
nuclear detonators are set to
All right, we can
explode,
leave.
eliminating
We
the
need to go.
entire complex. How long until detonation then?
I remember where the escape is.
Let's say 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's
Yes.
your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
Need to escape.
Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time
4.
to talk about you. About
right,
me.
okay, numbers.
Where we're
numbers.
going. What all this means. I barely know where to start.
So we need to find 1.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this
1,
instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
3.
Other times, I let the office
Where's the
sink into the
3?
ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a
3,
crisp.
3.
I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make
4.
sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
5.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
I don't need it.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on
5.
trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be
5.
doing right
5.
now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley,
4.
you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a
I'm so
tragedy.
confused.
You wanted to control this world, that's fine.
2.
But I'm going to destroy it first, so
Goodbye
you
and play
can't.
247.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
2,
Another
4, 2,
choice.
7.
Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe
What
me,
happens if I
I
turn it
will
off
be
now?
laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
I think maybe if we turn it off. All right. We explored a decent amount of that path. Let's go downstairs.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
All right, we're gonna go down
When
this
Stanley
way.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think I made him mad by doing that. I don't know why. Something tells me he doesn't like me.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
still
of
locked up.
disbelief, Stanley
Still locked
decided
up.
to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer
Still
there.
locked up. Right.
Coming to a
Nah, we're gonna
staircase,
go downstairs.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Now we're going downstairs now. Sure, that's something.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because
Make him
he
even
believed
madder. I will do.
everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was
Oh,
crazy.
this is a loop.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself,
is a loop, I
maybe
think.
I am crazy.
That cardboard wasn't
All of
there.
my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Yeah,
why
why
did
can't I?
doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Yeah, question.
And for
Why
that
can't I see
matter,
my feet?
these rooms were starting to
I don't
look
have a
pretty
penis. I
familiar.
thought this was a
Were they
hentai
simply
game.
repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange.
This is
can't
supposed to be a hentai
real.
game, ain't it?
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Yes.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
Confirmation,
How was
it's
he
a dream.
remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Maybe he is the mind
Now
control
the
device.
voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was
I want
that, of
cold
course,
drink.
this was not a dream. How could it be?
Drinks.
Was Stanley simply
$1.25.
deceiving himself? Believing that if
do we
he's
have?
asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
We have water,
Stanley
water,
is as
water,
awake right now
and
as he's
energy,
ever been in
Coke,
his life.
Grape, and I think that's orange.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
No,
He
no,
felt
no.
the cool weight of the blanket
No.
on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Let me wake up.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
This will be a pretty
Let me
long
go back to
stream,
my job.
just because.
Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
I got so many mosquito
It's all
bites.
I want. I want
Because
my
I feel
apartment
bad because I said I
and
was
my
going to
wife
stream every day
and
before
my
I did
job.
it at least 2 times.
All I want
Or I
is
went
my
camping
life
and I didn't.
exactly the way it's always been.
Because someone insisted I
life
buy
is
Elden
normal.
Ring, and I got sucked
I
into
am
that.
normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I'm not okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
And then everything went black. Who does the voice of this guy? Honestly.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what
He
crazy
went
people
insane,
look
yeah.
like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was
To be normal.
I am
Oh, that
sane.
kind of hits the home.
I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
It's so
The very
home.
important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this,
Feel
so
normal.
it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
All right, making him mad. Mad at
Just a step
We're gonna
through
do
this door,
everything he
Stanley
told
thought to
us
himself.
not to do.
That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted
How
to
many
stop by the
endings are in
employee
this
lounge
game?
first, just to admire it.
I'm gonna touch everything.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
All right. When? All right.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, we're gonna go straight.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Keep
I'm
going
not
straight
your
or jump
enemy,
off?
really, I'm not.
Can
I
we jump
realize
off?
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult,
jump on
but
that?
the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
All right. We're gonna go through this and get back there. I can turn off these. I'm sure that's a thing too. All right. He went insane, my guy.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So bad at following.
Stanley was
directions.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
We're gonna jump onto that platform.
Look,
over
Stanley,
there.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
I want to see
here.
what happens.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult,
All right.
but the fact
The next
is
one
that
we
the
do,
story
I'll
has
let
been about
Chad
nothing
decide.
but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay. What does he want? All right.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Going through the blue one.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red is bad. But
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the
Yes,
entire
very
story I
worth.
had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback.
Okay. Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Yes, it was amazing. It was the best.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door?
Needs more doors.
It's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
All right,
and to be
all right.
perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
All right, let's go.
Let's take a look.
Come on. Ooh, look out. Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Good old Nels. This isn't accurate. There'd be a Chinese dude up at the top. There's Chinese characters. Players skip the intro sequence. Only 3 players chose the blue door. Stanley. No friends for help. It's empty. Sequence of dead rat. It's okay. We're gonna go into the broken one.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated
Yes.
to keep walking through doors?
Yes.
Again,
I
honest
can walk through
answers,
doors all
please.
night. Yes.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing.
Oh, it's out.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
No. Let's go.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger.
we
You
just-
click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire,
Is this
you
what we're gonna
fail.
do?
It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to
All
keep
right,
notes
easy.
on
Let's
your
go.
experience.
4-hour stream. Oh, that sound. Oh, that sound. Oh, sound. Oh, sound. Oh, that sound is terrible. Oh, I couldn't hear from that. You guys do stuff with her, not me. We're gonna do this for a hot sec. Let me know, should you do this for 4 hours or should you let it go for 5? Huh? Let it burn. Cut my ears.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely
Yeah, I
to
don't like
spite me?
babies.
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even
already
going
improved.
to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
This is Pong. I'm gonna laugh so hard. Please be Pong. Oh, I really like Pong. Or if it's Mike, how much do I want to bet? It's like, it's Firewatch!
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this
Firewatch.
game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic
Fancy.
purpose.
It's
Yes,
Firewatch.
that must be it. What a fascinating venture into
In
the
my
experience
backpack and
of
my
total
walkie-talkie.
mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
This is another game I need to play. Why did it make a Minecraft sound? No, I'm good. I'm gonna stay here. Okay. Okay, jump off the tower of the propane tanks. Let's go. That's what we used when we were camping.
Oh no. No, it can't
Open
be.
world. Run. We're free.
It is.
We're
It's
free.
an open world game. Good God,
free.
quickly, block it off.
No, so close.
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
No, I like this game.
Preferably something with walls.
I like this game.
Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
I think we can go. We can get out of here. We can go explore.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here.
Look.
Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Can I go get lost? Can I jump into one of those things over there?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Piss people off that like sports. Sports ball, bro. Run to all the bases and get a home run. Alright.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little... Hold on. What are you doing?
Very fun. Uh-oh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Go you farther down. Are we back in Stanley Parable, but just really cruddy looking? Were you in the back rooms, my guy? Hello. The big ball. Yes. Yes. You're at the big balls. Now I want to watch Wipeout, honestly. I feel like there's going to be like a jump scare or something weird. Can't. What? Oh, over here? Do we have to restart the game?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice.
Very
and if
happy.
he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
Very
He'll
happy.
understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me.
No, I don't.
Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes.
I think it's more
Yes,
fun
I'll
if
be
you're
back. There's
confused,
no other
honestly.
way. Once this ends, after it
The
all
best games
comes
in
to
the
a
world are
close,
stuff that don't
then I'll
explain
be
nothing
back.
and just put
The
you in
end
it
will
and
be
you figure
here
stuff
soon.
out. Dark Souls is
Very
one of them.
soon. I can wait.
Let's see. Oh! Oh, God. Stretching. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
All right,
meeting
now what
room.
do we do?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What, chat? What do we do now? We could... Let's see. Where haven't we explored yet? We haven't done the escape one yet. We haven't seen where that goes. I'm sure there's more.
Stanley went
Interact with all
around
the
touching
doors.
every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference,
Is it secret
nor
door somewhere?
did it advance the story in any way.
Maybe I can go back on one? What are you guys thinking? What do you want to see? Where should we go? There's the not listening to him one, and then we do listen to him. But I doubt that would change much. Maybe we'll pass by a room that we can interact with.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
See the door? See the door?
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, we're gonna go this way, see where that goes.
Stanley was so bad at following
Someone
directions,
you've
it's
forgotten
incredible
about,
he
too.
wasn't fired years ago.
Can we get over there? Probably.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
Alright,
here.
we'll do this.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that
don't
investing
think
your
you can go to
trust
that
in
door
someone
first.
else can be difficult, but
You
the
do
fact
that,
is that the
look at the
story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who's been waiting? Who's been waiting for me? Death?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To...
Two, 427.
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to
swear
keep you
if this
waiting.
is-
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Okay.
All right.
This is some horrible
Okay, there we
creature.
go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Yeah.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yes.
Who'd want to commit their life to you?
Everyone.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Nah, I'm gonna go down the hall.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Can't leave. Alright, fine. Hey, Whitey, what's up?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
No, I'm not pressing G.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Yes, alright, agreed. C.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Ah, I
Now
am
he's
standing.
pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I did. Q.
But in his mind, In his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
Listen, I
It
was that weird
wonderful.
kid that groped
And each
mannequins.
day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
All right, I'm down to watch some
And
TV.
so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Okay,
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped out from his desk to realize
Yes,
that
I was
all
the
of his
weird kid that groped
co-workers,
it. You
his
ever just
boss,
touch the
everyone
mannequins?
in the building had suddenly
gotta ask you to
vanished
stop doing that.
off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boy. I don't have kids.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice.
He's
It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Existential crisis game. Press O.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and
slowly degrading?
destinations. Down one
Turning
path
into an
lay an
office.
enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and
is meta,
again,
my guy.
over and over, wishing
it's
beyond
meta.
hope that it would never
In a
end,
game
that he might
that
always feel this
is
free.
literally in my mind.
Surely
I'm
there's an
thinking about
answer
the
down
game.
some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one
What
more
the-
time.
Yes, play one more time. H.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same
So
buttons he
I'm gonna
always
click
has.
another button. This
Nothing
will
has
turn into my
changed.
office over here.
The longer he
It's the exact same
spends here,
setup.
the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as
No.
long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I
This
suppose.
is great.
I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please
And
die.
Stanley pushed a button.
Oh,
And I tried again. And
Oof.
Stanley pushed a button.
oh, it's like my inner thoughts. My inner thoughts. You know the narrator's mad when he tells you to just die.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt
Exit.
safe in, that he
There's
would
that
never
exit.
leave it again in his life.
Ooh, new content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
This is the Stanley Parable Plus part, I guess. New content. Let's see. Let me out of the cage.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable
This reminds me so
Ultra
much of
Deluxe.
FNAF.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
I want to go that way, though. There's a door over there. No, I'm good. I want to go back. I like the old one.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a
Made of plywood.
mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, here we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
New content. Let's go. This is pretty long.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
It's gonna be another thing, isn't it?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump. What the fuck is this? I can't jump anymore.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content.
More jumping.
There has to be something
Please
else,
be more
right?
jumping.
Goodness.
Please be more
Another
jumping.
elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Please do that.
Now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes.
Please be another
I knew
jumping.
there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Portal. Thank you and enjoy the new.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended,
Is there?
and I
What
intend to
did you see
find
this?
these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Oh my god.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid.
Don't play
It could
Stanley
never
Parable
have lived
for
up to
10
such
years.
expectations. If you're still with
Set
me,
all
why
setting
don't we just
sliders in the
reset the
menu
game and we'll
to
try
all
to get back
available
to what the
numbers.
Stanley Parable is really
To the
about.
available numbers.
No frills, no gimmicks, just you and me having a great time together
Complete
like
Stanley
always.
Parable in under 4 minutes
What do
and
you
23
say,
seconds.
friend?
Ooh, new content? The actual new content, I'm gonna take the assumption of.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
I'm good.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made? Well, fine. You're a dork anyways. Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Okay. Fall. What the fuck is this? What is this? Alright. Let's see. What the fuck is this game? Jesus fuck. Alright, oh, and before I forget, Friday, this coming Friday, I will be streaming a horror game.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying
A
the new
very
Ultra Deluxe
one I
content
can
turned
find,
out to
probably
be?
the
Well, it
cheapest.
got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Used
So
to
I
be.
made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
Dude, it's Dark
Take a
Souls.
look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Okay.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
2013. Even the clock says 2013. That's not even real time. The original. Oof. 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 Old Steam. Oh, it hurts. Hurts to look at. $1. $1. Memory lane. Smiles because happiness. Loading screen. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Achievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Using today. Ooh, that was a lag spike. Oh, I can't go sit on the bench. That's dumb.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games
read
that
any
aspire to be
reviews
more
except
than
this
games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now,
Persona, nah.
it's nothing. It's no
Persona
games
3.
at all. It isn't even the
Persona 3.
Stanley Parable
Yeah.
anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new
So the new
elevator
content is telling people, oh, this game is gone to shit. Oh, the lag. Oh, it's lagging me so bad. My computer doesn't
Here's
know.
another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
How is
The
Stanley
Stanley
Parable lagging my
Parable is
computer?
both a
Excuse me.
richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games,
Oh, there's
and
no
one that offers
message
some of the
there.
most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't
me
you
outta
get
here.
it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It
All
didn't
right, okay.
need anything else.
We're good.
It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Agreed. Some games just need to be left alone. Although this is pretty funny.
These were
so.
simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
No, they're gonna be terrible.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not
Individual
trying to
path
be funny.
themselves are.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh, this is great. Oh, this is the best. This is the best new content I've ever seen. Don't even know what the original content looked like, but I'm enjoying it so much. Oh. It's raining, dude. Alright.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
The idea for the game is good. It
While
becomes
the idea
very
for the game is
repetitive
good,
and
for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. No goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it, well...
Because it was this is the dumbest thing I've ever...
Maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
No,
perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
The Call of Duty 55. Let's see. Oh, last review.
What's this one got to say?
Parable
You constantly
something.
have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
You can just walk forward.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Yes. Yes, this will support my weight. Skip.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once, that you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone?
Yes,
it has a mouthfeel
I would agree with that.
that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting. Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret.
I don't think he's here anymore. Ow, my ears. Do you mind? Do you mind? Alright, stop.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned. They screamed. They gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demand. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment.
This just became button pressing simulator.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
I think he's going crazy.
The end is never the end, 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 is.
This could be a game all by itself. This is actually pretty fun. What the f... this slowly crumbling room. Fresh air. Where did the door go? Can I not leave? Oh my god. Bro, turned it to The Last of Us. You're going to break the fucking button. I will. I will break this button. There's gonna be a jump scare at some point. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. That's creepy. Skip. Oh, oh, I can exit now. I'm leaving. Endless nothing void. All I could do was press the button. What do you mean? So confused. Oh, I don't want to do all that again, so I might head back, but I want to see what happens. Well, I think something will happen. Something did happen. It went black. It's never the end. It's never the end. It's never. I wonder if he waited long enough, he'd say, is loading new. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the f is that? I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm not gonna touch anything. I feel like that's also another thing. So many things you could do. Oh, how long have I been streaming for? Let's see. About an hour, 33 minutes. Stanley Parable. Alright. It's 2 hours. Almost 2 hours? For me, it says an hour and something. Alright. Let's get another voice in here while I wait. Where is Discord? Hello. Oh, you're not in this. Well, let me call Azzy here and see what. Let's get her thoughts on this. Let's get your thoughts on this. Yo, unmute yourself, fool. Hello. All right, she's doing something. Let's see. What do we
All
want
of
to
his
do?
co-workers were gone.
Hello.
What could it
This is a weird game. I ain't gonna lie. The
Stanley
fuck is
decided
this?
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right. What's your ideas? Do we go back to the new content or do we continue?
I think there's one more in the
New content?
new content. The
Oh,
old.
good. You knew
Oh,
this
there's
was
that?
Going that way. No, not that way.
Beginning. Okay. Begin the game.
all
You
of
said
his
there's
co-workers
just one more? Have I gotten all of them? I didn't get all of them. There's gotta be more.
Perhaps he had simply
There's
missed a
tons of
memo.
more. Go stand on the desks. There you go.
Deaths.
Stanley came
Where?
to a set of 2 open doors. He entered
Take the
door
right.
on his left.
Right?
This was not the
Go
correct
right.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly.
Have you played this
well.
game before?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Kinda.
just to admire it.
The hell?
Standing now in this incredible
On,
room,
like, a desk here?
Stanley for the first time understood, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the.
Oh, I can go down this
section,
way.
Walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
All right.
And got back on track.
Go this way?
I don't know.
All right, let's go down.
But Stanley didn't want
What
to
have
go
you been
back
thinking
to
of the game so far?
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he
I
needed to go
have
Have you,
from
no idea.
I've only watched a little bit of this. I think I watched Markiplier play it, or
Oh,
someone
no,
play it for
no,
like a
it's
little
still
bit.
right, my mistake.
Yes, but that was
No,
back
no,
whenever
no,
he
not
first,
right.
whenever
Why
it
would I have ever
probably
said it was
first
to the
came
right?
out.
Yeah,
So,
I remember that. I remember it was an
There-
old video. Like, God, I feel old now. It was a very old
Yeah.
video.
It came out 2013.
I was super young.
Right, left, down, left, right.
And they added a whole bunch of more stuff
I've got
to it.
now.
Did
The
they?
story is absolutely,
Yeah.
definitely this way.
All right. Well, we'll probably save that for another stream, but I just want to do something new, something fresh.
No,
Oh.
no,
Like,
no, no, no,
whenever
no,
you
no,
get
this
here,
is
you
right.
can jump
You're not
off right
supposed
here,
to
I
be
think.
here yet. This is all
Can
a
I?
spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay, okay.
I can't jump off. What are you
Just-
talking
just
about?
get back to oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track. Okay, from the top.
Oh yeah, and then I saw that you went to the ending where the phone was.
What would you mean? Stanley decided to go
You
to the meeting
could
room.
have,
Perhaps he had simply missed the moment.
did you answer the phone?
What do you mean?
You could have
Wait,
answered the
Stan-
phone or
yes.
not answered the
Wait, what?
phone.
Oh, okay. I answered the phone.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game.
You
over
could
completely
have
fresh.
not answered the phone.
Everything
You could have
should be-
unplugged the
Well,
phone.
did
Oh,
something
could I?
change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or? Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then. It's an adventure.
Yes.
Stanley, let's find
Door,
the story.
door, door. Find another door. Door. I just went to a loop. Isn't this? This is a loop that I'm walking in. So let's go this way instead. This is fun. I like this game. I'm talking about the door game. The baby one. Oh my god, dude. That I had to take my headphones out. It was so loud for me. Was it loud for you guys or no?
I guess it was
Yeah.
very
I'll say
loud.
it. This
I
is
had to
the
turn my phone
worst
down. My
adventure
grandma
I've
was
ever been
sleeping
on.
at
I
the
can
time.
promise you, there definitely was a story here before.
Well, I got somewhere.
Just-
Never
Do we
mind.
need to restart the game again? Well, I
Did
find
it wake up your grandma?
Progress by starting over
No.
and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Bro, it was so loud for me. Like it was like I had to take my headphones out. All right, let's go.
All of his co-workers were.
Can I just do this ending?
What
No,
could
I'm
it
doing
mean?
that. No,
Stanley
it
decided
locks
to go
that
to the
ending.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
The memo.
I think there's a way where you could have jumped on the. You can jump on the desks
Well,
and go out the window.
I've already did that one.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
Oh, there's no
It's
doors.
possible the story is back where
Nah,
we
they're just
came
invisible.
From. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. I like that room. This isn't even interacting. Neither is that one. That's cool.
I think if you go to one of the doors and you constantly click on it, he'll say something or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably 420. Haha, 420. Let's go. Oh, I can turn off the computers. I believe that's also an ending. I'm sure it is.
Ha! I knew we'd missed something.
This is a loop.
The story.
This is just gonna be a loop.
Here it comes. No,
And so you go
never mind.
backwards.
Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh my god.
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
We need to find the
I can't
story.
recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yeah!
Congratulations! I know
Let's
you did
go.
a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Thank you. I'm very accomplished.
Oh, no.
I'm a gamer now.
No, I don't feel right about this at all.
What?
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
But I won.
Some people
I got the I
fair and
win.
square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Everything's gonna break very bad.
All right, I've got a solution.
Adventure
This
line.
time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley
Okay,
Parable.
so I'm gonna
Adventure
take,
Line.
I go the opposite direction of
Follow
the line.
the line. How simple is that?
Follow the
Yeah.
line. Follow the line. We're gonna keep going. Nope, we're not going that way. We're gonna go this way. And then this way. Oh, there's nothing over here.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
We're leaving it up to the line. No, the line. You can't make me.
Follow the line. Follow
Follow the
the
line.
line. Yeah, just follow it. Watch what
Line.
it does.
Fine. Fine, I'll follow the line.
You see, the line knows where the story
What the
is.
heck?
It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley.
Yeah.
To destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't
I don't
it
know,
be
just pick a time.
Be our destination, even if there's no story there. Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey
What
such
the-
that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life
So
itself?
weird.
Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think
Yeah,
what we need
what?
right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I'm doing something right now. Okay, cool. Tell him no then. I'm not doing the job interview. Tell him I'm not doing the job interview. Hold on, I'm gonna, give me a sec. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna end stream. I have to go talk to my dad and blah blah blah, whatever. Hope you all have a wonderful fucking rest of your day. I know I won't, so do it for me. Go tell your family you love them. Remember, family's important, even if they are fucking bastards sometimes. And have a great, wonderful rest of your day. Bye. Peace.